Alright, so I've unpacked everything from the Garmin box for the Livescope transducer. I've got the GLS 10 unit and I've got the Panoptix transducer. So according to the instructions, which I've already been through, I need to hook up power. I need to attach through NEMA 2000 to this cable, and this cable goes to the back of the 94 SV and plugs in. I've got the mount for the transducer. I'm not going to need the transom mount package. I don't need that bag. I don't need those screws. And here is the mounting hardware to put the transducer on the pole mount. So I'm going to go ahead and attach that. Allen key. I'll move this over here. Here's the transducer. This washer with the rubber grommet goes through here like this. It is important, I saw in the video, that the up arrows are pointed up, so make sure the up arrows are pointed up. Alright, that looks good there. I'm going to crank this down pretty decently. Now I don't need to put the rest of the screws in because I still have to mount this to my contraption for deployment. And I'll show you what that looks like here in just a second. So last night my son and I were working very diligently to employ my Panoptix deployment system. We installed it. It's a little contraption I came up with. This is 1-inch PVC. I went ahead and put a handle on it up top so that it can move like that, and I presume that the transducer is going to fit on kind of like that, and then I'll run the cable to the helm and connect it up to the 94 SV there. So that is the strategy there. So what I'm looking at doing, as far as deployment is concerned, this is a trolling motor mount that I can take and deploy put it down in the water, lock it down, and then I can turn my Panoptix transducer according to which way the handle's pointing, and then when I'm ready to move, I'll just redeploy. Now that's a little tricky with where I'm sitting on the leaning post, but if I'm just kind of trolling around and I got the trolling motor moving, it should be fine. Just have to make sure I don't ram this into anything. But this is the deployment strategy that I dreamed up the other night. Bought this on Amazon. It showed up at the house. I've got all the Panoptix stuff and then the 1-inch PVC. Now I did put a solid dowel all the way through this pole, all the way up to the top, and then the handle as well. I used dowel rod as a filler so that this had a bit more rigidity to it. And I took the handle, and you can see I've got the dowel rod in there as well. I made the handle removable so that when I stow this thing, it's a little bit more user-friendly. Alright, so I'm going to attach this. Let's see how this works out. Take these 4 screws and run them in. not sure if I'm going to need any type of filler or anything. Grab this dude and stick this one in here, like so. Trying to get all these screws seated. Looks like this is going to fit perfectly. So that CPVC is important because the outside diameter is a little bit bigger than the regular PVC, and it fit in the trolling motor harness or mount much better. So there's that. So the transducer is seated. Now I may want to nail the cable down to this or not, depending on, I'm not sure, but that's a pretty solid seat. Transducer's in place. I got my pole mount here. I can go ahead and employ or deploy as needed. I might want to put a stop here so I don't pull this past a certain point. But we'll see. So I went ahead and I have a 5200 in a hole there already. This is the wire that connects up to the back of the power mount. And go ahead and just kind of put that dude in there. Alright, so I've got power, I've got the NEMA 2000 connection, I've got the transducer connected up, and now I've got the Panoptix connector all lined up. I've got everything at the helm installed. So the only thing I have left is to bring the black box out. I have to run power to the black box. I've got to probably throw a switch in line there, so I want to tag this on to one of the switches on my helm's command center there, and then NEMA 2000, and plug everything up, and I think we're ready to go. I went ahead and hooked the common in. I hooked the power into the number 8 position switch that I've installed. I've got my NEMA 2000 network cable here, and the transducer is installed right there. So, without further ado, plug this dude in, plug this dude in, and then it's just the transducer at that point. Maybe I'll let that dude hang out down here like this, and I'll run this transducer over to the black box and plug it in there, and it should be good to go. So I got the Panoptix transducer, everything's green light, everything's plugged in, ready to go. Got the ground connected, I got the power connected, I got the NEMA 2000 power connected, and I've got the transducer connected up to the black box. I've got it connected up to the 12-volt source. So I came in here, I've got my Panoptix on, I've got my Garmin on, my GPS. I go to sonar, all my sonars are on. I can go back to charts, I look at my navigation charts. My navigation charts are fine. Zoom out here because I'm over my house. Needs to dial in. So I'm going to go here, and there's my Panoptix, and voila, we're in business. I can't wait to get this out on the lake, and hopefully tomorrow if the weather permits, and see about employing this and getting it off to the races. Thank you very much. Please subscribe to Captain Matt Weber, and if anything else, take yourself fishing, take a kid fishing if you can. You'll absolutely enjoy it. Thank you very much. Please subscribe. Have a wonderful day.